But I'm telling you about a South African, a black guy in South Africa who stood up for our sake, for your sake and my sake. Look at the criminals in Witbank, in South Africa. Look at the Malachen. The other day, may his soul rest in peace, this brother Tepo. You see, this is Twala. He's staying here next to my street. They killed him cold-blooded, and he was mentally disturbed. He was the cleanest boy that I've ever come across. And he was mentally disturbed. Look at this guy when they came to collect the phones. When he said no, they shot him cold-blooded. The criminals now, they are so bold. They knock at each and every door, and they ask if you don't, they kill you. And what must we do? And here God brought a man that say, this must stop. This must stop. Where are we going? You can't even feel free in your own house. Your own house is turned a prisoner. You must put 30 lock before you sleep, but it's your house. Now by any time they will come at his phone and I bash. So how can we not preach about these things? We listen. We live on this earth. We face this thing on this earth. Let's talk about the earth before we go to the heavens. That's why the Bible says, how can you say you love somebody, you hate somebody that you know, but the one that you never seen, you never loved. So let's address the matter here, and we see that the solution, then we know. But we don't talk. Are you still with me, church? The preaching is a bit different. The preaching is actually out to you to do introspection, because the enemy is within. We are talking about not on. Let's carry on a little bit. Amen. Now it says here, now I was shocked when Mr. Mkhwanazi pointed out the ministers, the management, the business. I was shocked when he pointed out the judges and the lawyers. You know what is the painful thing? Remember, the judges are the one that presides the case over us, and they exercise their laws over us. The advocates, the lawyers, and so forth. But it's a painful thing when you discover that the mere police commissioner has pointed out the judge and says corrupt to the core. Then you realize that people that are behind bars who were judged by that judge, they were there maybe because of he was in favor of another criminal, and they put him there and he never followed the procedure of the law. Corruption is everywhere. Corruption is in court. Corruption is in the police officers. Corruption is everywhere. If they tell you that the judge is corrupt, then you ask yourself, the people that went under his wing to go behind bars, did he follow the procedure, yes or no? If the judges are corrupt, we as a citizen, we are doomed. Remember, I told you that 3 people that must be careful and not make a mistake. Number 1, it's the judge. If he judge you wrong, you'll end up behind bars, or you'll get the life sentence, you die. Number 2, it's the doctor. If he does not give you the right medicine, he'll inspect you, he will inject you. If it's wrong, you will die. Number 3, it's the pastor. If he's not equipped by God and you don't read your word, he will preach your soul to hell. You will die and end up in hell. These people are important in the society. Amen. Listen, we preach about blessings, we talk about blessings, but today I want us to tackle this manner. Today I'm not going to say you're going to be blessed. You are blessed when you're a child of God already, but let us face the reality now, things that we are facing here on earth, because after here we go to our homes, we are going to face reality. You must put a pot on the stove, that is reality. You will be hungry, that is reality. You must go and buy and pay your account, that is reality. Do you understand? That is the reality. Jesus was living the reality on earth. That's why they killed him, Jesus Christ, because in his time, he had corrupt judges, he had corrupt lawyers, he had corrupt advocates, and they connive Babopi's scheme, and they sentenced him to death. An innocent, just guilty by the guilty who acted innocent. Can we give the Lord a hand of praise? Are you with me? What are you doing, Jabar? I'm trying to raise daughters and sons of God that is a backbone, so that tomorrow when I'm gone, whether I be raptured or whether I be dead, that you will stand to the truth. That is why I don't want to raise cowards. I'm not preaching for cowards. I don't want to raise cowards. That is not what in me. That is why I want you to get your loins and stand. Stand for what needs to be stand for. Not cowards. It's not in my interest to groom coward, not me. If you will be a coward, because this black boy is not a coward. I don't have an element of being a coward. That is why God has given me a special gift to take the bull by its horns and challenge it. Amen. Now, if you're a coward, who did groom you? Now, listen now. When good people stand out, the other people don't support him because they are scared and stand back. Did you hear people, they say they love you, they stand for the truth. But the day when you stand for the truth, bayabaleka. All over. Little people, here's the painful thing. Little people, when the wicked are in power, little people, when they're in power, the people suffer. The people suffer. Then you ask yourself, what kind of people and ministers do we have in South Africa that are in power? Are they righteous or the wickedness? If they're righteous, then why all the scandals? We are on our own. They don't care about you. They care about their interest. They care about their interest. As long as you pay your tax, etc., they care about that. Who you are, they don't care. They are there for our personal gain and interest. As a citizen, we've got to stand as one. As a citizen, and let me tell you, I told you the message is an enemy within. That is why we think if we are not coming with God the fore, we will never make it. It's a painful thing. Listen, I say, the Bible says when the wicked arise, it is the citizen, the people that cry. Abantu babi never take over. Umphakathi uyakhala. And let me tell you why the wicked people takes over. Can I tell you? The wicked people takes over because most of the time the citizen or the generation or the nation has angered God and God has given them over to evil people.